Well, all right, we've got another tricky transformations problem. So there's some steps that I listed here for graphically performing a transformation without an equation shown. And I just listed four different steps. So these are the things that you would do. First, you're going to find all the corner points in the graph. So all like the relevant ones. In other words, you wouldn't look at what happens here. You just look at kind of like the corner points. And that'll help you figure that part out. Then you're going to perform all these steps. So you're going to reflect the points as indicated. So if there's a negative x in there, you're going to reflect over the y-axis. If it's negative f of x, you're going to reflect over the x-axis. You're going to compress and stretch the points as indicated. So if it's f of 3x, you actually end up multiplying the x-coordinate, whatever it is, by 1/3. So it's always 1 over a, whatever, or I guess whatever's here, whatever letter is here, or number. So 3 times f of x would be multiply the y-coordinate by 3. If there's 4 there, you multiply by 4. So the only one that's weird is kind of this one. It's kind of the exact opposite. You just divide the x-coordinate by whatever number's out front. And then lastly, you'd shift the points as indicated. So let's just try an example. Below is a graph of f of x. I don't know what that equation is. I just know what the graph looks like. It says on the same graph, sketch a graph of 3 times f of negative 2x plus 1. All right, great. So let's just follow the steps. Find all the corner points in the graph. Boom, let's start there. So here we are at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and positive 1, 2, 3. All right, we're right here, and I need to reflect the points as indicated. So I see that this 3 out front doesn't mean that it is a reflection needed, but there's a negative 2 there. So that means I need to reflect it over the y-axis. It says if there's a negative x there, reflect over the y-axis. So it's, again, counterintuitive. Here's the y-axis. So I need to go on the other side and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's where I am now. I know I don't put a dot yet. I have to do all of these, so I'm going to keep track of where I am. Then I'm going to look at, let's see, I already did that. Compress and stretch the points as indicated. So this says negative 2. So I got the negative part. Now that's 2. So this means that the x-coordinate, we don't multiply the x-coordinate by 2. We multiply it times 1/2 or divide it by 2. So I went out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So halfway would be at 3, right? So that's that part. Then I need to, so that's taken care of. Now I need to figure out, I also have a 3 out front. So now I need to multiply that y-coordinate by 3. Now I'm 3 up right now. So that means I need to do 3 times 3, which ends up being 9. So I'm here now. And then lastly, I need to add 1 because it's a shift of 1. So I'm all the way up there. So this point transferred over here. I took half of it. I multiplied times 3, and then I shifted it up 1. So this point shows up there after this transformation. And I just do that with the rest of them. So let's do that here. So now we're at this point. This is at negative 1, 2, 3, 4. I flip it over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I take half of it. Boom. And then I multiply that point. That y-coordinate gets multiplied times 3. The y-coordinate right now is negative 1. So negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And then I shift it up 1. So plus 1 at the end. That's this direction. So now I'm here. All right. Moving forward. Now I've got this point. I need to first reflect that over the y-axis. Boom, done, because it's already on the y-axis. Then I need to half the x-coordinate, but the x-coordinate 0, so it doesn't move anywhere. Then I need to multiply the y-coordinate by 3. So I'm at negative 1, now negative 2, negative 3. Then I add 1 to it, so I'm right here. I can actually start to connect these two because I know these two are connected, and I know this one's connected with this one. That's going to be really tough to draw. That wasn't too bad, actually. It's supposed to be a straight line. And then lastly, I have this point. So now I'm at this point. First, I need to reflect it over the y-axis because it's a negative 2 there. So reflect over. Then I need to take half of the x-coordinate. Boom. Now I need to compress multiply the y-coordinate by 3. So I'm at 2 here. So now I need to be at what? 2 times 3 is 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what did I need to do? Add 1 to it. There I go. Boom. So now this connects all the way down to here. Wow, that looks like a mess. That, however, this shape right here and all the way up is after the transformation. That's what happens to that shape. So I don't even need the equation. I can figure out what the transformation is You have to follow these points. Follow, follow, follow. So look for the reflections, then compress them, right? You can do that in either order, actually. These two, you could do in either order. And then the last thing is shift them, all right? And we're going to use those same rules when we get to other problems. Like, let's say you just had a point. For example, if I had the point 3, -4, and it's on a graph, and I don't know what the equation is, but I know this is happening, this transformation is happening. Explain in detail the steps of the transformation. Well, okay. So the first thing I need to do is I need to reflect, then I need to compress, and then I need to shift. Okay, and this is the same order that I did when I had the equation too. All right, so let's see, reflect. So first, 3, -4 is, let's see, there's no reflection. So 3, -4, there's no reflection, but there is a compression here. Let's see, stretched vertically. So this becomes 3, and the y coordinate is changed because it's vertical. So -4 times 3 is -12. Okay. Then what happens? I'm at 3, -12. And then it is, what happens next, I don't have any other stretches. So then it is shifted left 2 because of this part, right? So left 2, so that will become, left 2 would be 1, -12. And then last, 1, -12 is shifted down 5. So I'm going to go down 5. Imagine us being at -12 down here, 1, -12 on a graph. Going down 5, that'd be what? 1, -17. All right. So 3, 4. What is the point on the graph? 1, -17 is your answer. And then explaining it in detail, 3, 4 is stretched vertically this way. This is shifted left 2. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. This is pretty good detail for how I got from that point on a graph to here. All right. That's a very weird question, but you just have to follow those steps, and that will lead you there. Good luck.